Hi anyone, I'm Luppi and we're playing some more Mario Minecraft. We finished the Bunny Island yesterday, or last week. So this week we are going to do stuff. New stuff. Look at all these carrots. We may have introduced too many carrots into this world. I don't know. How do you guys feel about it? It's a little overwhelming. Am I getting nauseous because of carrots? Wild. In any case, it's time for us to move on. I do not have a project. Oh dear. This was a mistake. This was several flavors of mistake. Yep. In any case, how are you guys doing? Well, we run from danger. Tell me how your week's been going. I'm interested. I want to say I didn't have an interesting week, but I did find time to read some webcomics. I read two. One is, what was it called? Public U Arts Club by Shen. That's pretty enjoyable. It's ongoing. It's got a second season happening or something. So I'm enjoying that. Lilith, our beloved, you know. But yeah, it doesn't really capture my experience in art school. I was not in a general purpose art club. I don't know. I was shanghaied into joining a club once. And I was there until the club president graduated, and then we didn't disband, we combined with the ceramics club. And I wasn't really interested in that at that point. Not that I have beef with ceramics people or ceramic students. It just, it wasn't my crowd. It wasn't really my crowd at all. I don't know. They were decent people. If I had to be mean, I'd say underachievers. For the most part. Like, there's so much cool stuff you can do with ceramic, you know? So to see people who aren't really willing to... And it's not even push it, like... We were all undergrads, I get it. Like, you know, learning something and getting used to it takes time. Like, I'm fine with that. But, I don't know. I just wasn't impressed with a lot of the people, or at least the people that I knew. Maybe there were some hidden gems there that I never encountered. I don't know. And I'm sure there are. I'm sure even the people that I knew and looked down upon made some really cool stuff. Like, we're art students. Like, I don't know everything they made. So I'm sure if I did see if I saw a complete portfolio of their works, I'd probably feel really embarrassed because I was so mean and it was unwarranted. We should be more not friendly, that's not the word I'm looking for, but more accepting, maybe? More open-minded. In general. Not just in general, that's just how it's gotta be. That's the lesson I keep learning in my old age of 30-something. That it doesn't really pay to be mean. I mean, in certain ways it does. And that's kind of the sickness of the world. But in many ways, it does not. I keep putting stuff away, and I don't know what I'm actually going to need. I don't have a plan. I just have a lot of stuff. We're not gonna need the axe, I think. Not where we're going. We will need the sword, though. And then we will not need ladders. We'll probably need the pickaxe. And I don't think we'll need torches. There we go. Door is closed. This door closed. Yeah, baby, we close doors. Hooray. That's what we like to see. And that's what I like to see. I like to see the doors are closed. The dogs are good dogs. That's great. Love to see them. Let us go to the bad place. Because we can. Well, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Yeah, we're at Public U Art School, and that's kind of neat. I was actually reading that at work, I want to say months ago, and it wasn't that far along at that point, so it's nice to see it a lot further along. There we are. Is there anything here that would be helpful? Oh yeah, there's a cow. You scared me, buddy. Are you gonna teleport out? Well, I know what to tell you, cow. Probably would have been a smart idea to bring some stone, I guess. Oh, and buckets maybe, you know? Buckets would be really smart in their own way. You know me, I hear things on fire and I'm like, oh dear. What's going to happen to little old me? Oh yeah. You're a little thing. Yeah, we could do though. I don't think it's gonna be possible to actually mine this whole area out. The whole Nether. But you know what we could do? We could steal as much lava as we want and make some sort of lava reservoir. I don't know. Does that appeal to people? Does watching me fail to make a basic thing, or doing it in the dumbest way possible while taking too much time and wasting too many resources seem like an adequate use of our time? I don't know. And then the other webcomic, going back to the webcomic stuff, it was called Tiff and Eve. And the person who draws it has two names. One is the name, you can find them like on Reddit, and that is something gnome. Like, it's a pun. It's a gnome pun. And I can't remember it now, and I feel bad. And I also don't remember their actual name. And that's also kind of bad. But yeah, Tiffany, that was really nice. It's a bit longer. All about two women who live together and the various issues they face. It's got a lot of humor, a lot of heart. Yeah, I would recommend that one too. Okay, so it's not that wait, there's a lot of stuff down there. Okay. So it's probably not that I was just digging too much, it's more that that's just an open spot. Okay. Oh, do I want to go down? Yeah, we can go down. We'll see. What's down there? There's more lava and stuff? Okay. And I reconvene with my own tunnel. Hopefully. Maybe. There we go. Perfect. And then, can we do a similar thing here? More or less, yeah. Okay. All about getting so careless we get destroyed constantly, right? Who saw me? And why and how? Oh, I see. Fascinating. Oh well. We aren't fighting them this time. We've already done all we can with. Maybe we could use more gas tiers, more boo tiers. I don't know. But yeah, it was a kind of relaxing week, I guess. I don't know. I didn't really push myself to do too much. Other than Smash Bros, I played a lot of Smash Bros this week. Maybe too much Smash Bros. Maybe a little bit too much. I don't know. It all started with the weekend being weird, and then I just haven't readjusted to a schedule that I like. I'm just waking up late and staying up late and telling myself we'll get it fixed next time, and it just doesn't. Not ideal. And I got to fly a drone. That was kind of cool. It was just a little one, like a cheapo, like you could buy it on Amazon for like 20 bucks or whatever. It was actually a lot like my first time driving a go-kart, in the sense that I panicked immediately and crashed. The drone went right into my leg, which hurt a lot. I had a welt. I legitimately had a welt because of the propellers hurt. Like they whip around. And I imagine if you had like a more expensive one or an industrial or oh dear. Okay. Guess we won't go that way anymore. But if we had a industrial or like a agricultural. Why am I still digging over here? At least we got some light. That's a good point, right? And what was I talking about? Drones. Yeah, the drones. I flew it into my leg. Like, it hit the inside of my knee and gave me a welt. I feel like the more bigger ones, the more higher powered ones would probably, like, potentially sever a limb, potentially kill people. So, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about them. But if you're wondering about the go-kart story, I was driving around as a child on a go-kart. And I managed to drive into a sandbox. And I was flipped over the handle, not the handlebars, the wheel, the steering wheel. There we go. And I was flipped over the steering wheel into the sandbox. So that's my go-kart story. Not as dramatic as some other ones I know of, like One of my older sisters ran over one of her friends with the go-kart. And then she jumped out to help her friend, and the go-kart kept going and went into the woods. Unfortunately, it didn't become a free-range go-kart. It was caught. It was brought back. It was used again and again. But yeah, those are my go-kart and drone stories. Oh. We're really, Oh. How'd I manage to not fall into that? Fascinating. Okay. Or did we come from a different spot? I don't know. They got me. We may not be able to get out. Oh, he's just staring. What a punk. Yeah, come on, get in here. I hear them, but I don't see them. Well, that's alarming. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Thinking I could tame this place? That's fool's mission. Oh, the cow's gone. Neat. Go back home, little guy. We got wood in here, don't we? Wow. Flint and steel is a fire flower. Awesome. Alright. I don't know what we're gonna do today, but we'll figure something out. Oh, there's the cow. There's our interdimensional buddy. Fascinating. Well, I'm thinking we gotta find a good spot to put all this, all this netherrack. That's it. What I'd like to do, and I don't know if this would work, is surround a mountain with netherrack and light it all on fire and create a weird, unfortunate volcano. And that's what I'm thinking. Now you can tell me if that's a good thought or not. Personally, I don't think it is, but who's gonna stop me now? Okay, let's find a mountain to ruin. And honestly, we probably should breed some dogs. First, let's deal with a twomp. Hey, you. Yeah, you were hopping. I hear you. I hear you. You're making the water extra frothy today. That all of them? Give me your assorted drops. Okay. There we go. Hello, fish. It's unfortunate. But I am collecting your flesh. Oh, let's find a mountain. We can turn into our own personal Bowser's Kingdom. Our own personal, Mount Doom. Death Mountain. I'm also a little bummed because Hunter x Hunter went back on hiatus, and like we all knew, or everybody who was reading Hunter x Hunter knew it would happen, but still, it's always a little bittersweet. We can hold on to the dream that someday we'll get more than 10 chapters in a row, while avoiding the nightmare that is getting less than 10 chapters in a row. I don't know. Not that it's always a bad time or a good time to be a Hunter x Hunter fan. But, I'm ready for the Secession War to be over. That's my stance on the subject. Wait, we have a bone. Doggy. Be my friend? Yeah. Instant new friend. Follow me, doggy. And we will go on journeys together. As we try to find a mountain to... Hey, buddy. Why don't I travel with dogs more? Seems like a fun thing to do. Okay, I can make that jump. I've got this. I know what I'm doing. I feel like this might be the mountain, just because... Oh, that one would be a way better one, actually. Yep. Oh, I see it now. I see the target of my affections, the target of my desires. Autumn Woods. And Wild Bowser Kingdom Volcano. Sounds good to me. We'll just have to light it all. Or we just gotta get rid of all the dirt so that it... below, like, the snow belt. Man, I should have brought a shovel. I didn't think I'd need one. Of course, if we fill it with lava, it won't matter, right? Like, at a certain point... I don't know. Would snow fall on my... We light it all on fire, though. That would work, right? I'm not... I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Nice. That's right, dog. I need you to move. Sorry, buddy. I know that was very rude of me to do, but... We got a mountain to convert. Good enough. On one hand, we're not making Death Mountain. On the other hand, we are doing what we can. Make a horrible emblem of fiery hatred of the world, I guess. Although you could argue that Bowser is just trying to get some of that Princess Peach action going on. I don't know. Never been a big fan of the romantic dramas, political drama. Whatever. It is what it is. Oh no, I have to fall. Where'd my dog go? I don't hear him anymore. Or maybe I do. Maybe he's... Nope. Did he... Oh, he's just down there. Okay. He's not warping because I'm close enough to him. Okay. It works for me. I'll take it. Hello, cow. I'm wise to your games, friend. He's running away from me. He knows what I'm going to do. Thinks I just want to push him around. And while that's kind of true, definitely am a person who likes to abuse my power. Also not that true. I'd like to believe that I am a reasonable and fair person. But I don't know, I don't have any real good evidence either way. I'm definitely the kind of guy where if I get a frustrating email like that, just ruins my day. And I know that has nothing to do with how competent or well-meaning I am. But I feel like somebody who gets an email like, hey, your credit card was denied again, on something that is very much something you purchased from a seller or from a service you've used before, it's like, okay, thank you. Once again, for not using this credit card. I appreciate it. Amazon. Calling you out. This is your own credit card. Why do you do this sometimes? I don't get it. Although I suppose it's better than letting any charge go through and being like, yeah, it's not something we've ever seen you spend money on, but you know, we just let him max out the card. Hooray. We did good, right? The wheels of capitalism gotta spin, no matter who gets run over. That's not funny. We need a better system. Or maybe we just need people who are interested in making sure the rules aren't broken. And enforcing the I don't know. You know, I used to think anarchists had a flawed ideology because, like, I enjoy having things I can take for granted. I enjoy living in a world where I don't have to worry about things for the most part. But at the same time, the idea that we could live in a world where nobody could abuse the government because there was no government, that's kind of appealing in a way. Not gonna lie. I'm seeing the appeal. Suddenly understanding why prior to World War II, all of the political assassinations were done by anarchists, pretty much. When your progressivism is fueled by the blood of the capitalist and political class. Maybe the anarchists were right all along. I don't know. I'm not trying to make bold political statements here. Like I said, I never really jived with the anarchist mindset. And I know there's more than one kind of anarchist. Like, we're gonna talk about political or like financial types. There's a bunch of different kinds. And some of that's just You know, one guy believes maybe we should have money even if we don't have a government. Some person's like, well, we can barter, right? And another person really just has really strong feelings about like a particular like country or ethnic group. So now they've got their own like hate-filled anarchism. And like a lot of groups have that where they kind of splinter off as people get really passionate about really, really specific things. Oh boy. Yeah, you're gonna get eaten, friend. Hey. Hands off the dog. Could have brought a bed. Or I should have found an outpost, you know? I should have looked for an outpost before I started. Oh, there's one. Okay. In the swamp. There's also one over there. Down by water. Okay. I know what I gotta do. I know where I gotta go. This one at least have a bridge. Thought that pig was something trying to get me, and it's like, okay. Do your best, you mongrels. But it hardly is. Come on, get inside. Stop, get inside. Where's the slime? Alright, I need you to get in here. Come on. Follow me. You're not gonna get in here. Okay. Come on. And now let's do our thing. What are you doing? In here. You just not have like line of sight? I'm gonna regret going to bed with the door open. Come on, dog. You can do it. You are so frustrating. Like, is this the door you want to come in? Come on. Jump on the bed with me. Wasting valuable daytime hours. Let's see, can you eat fish? You cannot. Okay. That's pretty frustrating. Oh, did you... Okay. Not ideal, but I'll take it. And hey, our mountain's coming along a little bit. We may in fact need more netherrack. Ugh. Okay. It is what it is. It is what it will be. And I hope what you guys are taking down whenever I talk about political stuff is like, I hope there's a little part of you that's just like rolling your eyes and being like, you have no idea what you're talking about, old man. And then pull out the facts and be like, And this is the entire history of anarchism. This is an itemized list of the entire progressive movement in the Western world. Eat it, you you non-site having, non. Are you pseudo-intellectual hack? There you go. That's what you gotta call people. Pseudo-intellectual hacks. You went to art school and I bet you drank coffee while complaining about the ravages of capitalism. That actually wasn't me. I was the kind of person who was kind of like making fun of those kinds of people. Because they do happen. You do have people who, you know, they drink their Starbucks every day. They've got their Apple MacBook Pro, MacBook Air, and then they complain about these companies while using their products. I don't know, and like, I get it. We are all kind of forced to do things against our will, the way we are. Like, there's a lot of things you can choose. Like, you can choose not to use Amazon. You can buy things local. Not everybody can do that. Some people need Amazon because they can't drive. They don't have the ability to get the things they need on their own. And in those cases, we really should argue less for abolishing, like, or not abolishing things, but we should be figuring out ways to enable people to have the things they need. You know? Like, that's a thing. Like, if Amazon wasn't doing a better job than what already exists, then it wouldn't be a business, you know? And it sucks that it is a fairly terrible company in terms of its executives and like corporate ideas and how it treats its employees and even the products it sells and the sellers who sell on it. Whereas it is a pretty cool idea, you know, the idea of you can just go on one website and pretty much buy whatever you need. Like, that is super cool. As someone who doesn't drive, like, that is really awesome. But the means we get there also kind of matter. I think that's kind of something that gets lost in like conversations about how to change the world and create change in general is, do the ends justify the means? Because you can change a lot just by being crazy or violent, you know? But if it's not thought out, it's not going to reach the people, and it's not actually going to create the change you probably believed you were creating, you know? Whereas if you, like, recent event, the Luigi guy who assassinated the CEO. He's got a lot of popular support, a lot of reporting on his story. The reporters, like the journalists, the experts they cite when they're talking about this case, they don't really seem to get it, but like nobody, the only people who like health insurance are like the weirdest people. Like, they're the lucky ones, or they're like straight up more inhuman parasites. Like, there are people who will argue for insurance. I get it. And if we're completely ignoring health insurance, like, insurance is it's a cool idea, you know? The idea that you pay a little money every so often, every month, every week, every year, whatever. And then if something horrible happens, you get money back. It's not like your life is over because your house burnt down, or you got in a car accident, or somebody got in a car accident with you, you know? Because, like, everybody else is a bad driver, right? You're a good driver. Wink, wink. That's how it is. It's everybody else who's creating the problems. But with health insurance, it's kind of a silly idea because we all have health. We're all gonna have a health crisis at some point, you know? have way stronger feelings on this stuff than I'm going to get into. Because this is a gaming channel, and I understand that a significant amount of you who are going to watch this video are not buying health insurance. You have no idea how your parents' health insurance works, do you? And that's a good thing. I want a world where kids don't have to worry about, like, money issues. It'd be great if their parents would teach them, or their schools would teach them. Ideally, both. Because everybody's got their own viewpoints on, like, how money should work. And having the viewpoints from a professional teacher, having the viewpoints of a parent who's living it, I think that's great. We should all endeavor to have as many perspectives as we can fed into us, you know? That's not always ideal or a good idea. Some ideas are just bad and should be discarded. But I feel like on the subject of, like, how to spend money and how to live a life, you should probably get as much info as you can. And then just kind of live it, you know? If something doesn't work, then stop. I know it's hard. I know it's very hard. We all have our wasteful little treats. But, you know, when you're living a life, you have to. And you kind of feel stuck. Sometimes it's really hard to say no to the little treats. I've been there. Right now, my treats are entirely obligatory. I don't need treats to make myself feel good. I'm feeling pretty good in general, for the most part. Things could always be better. I'd love it if things were better. Who doesn't want things to be better? And I think that's something, and that's my perspective, and this is my perspective as a person living in the United States. I guess we had more people who were creating and looking for solutions to problems and not just endlessly talking about problems. I'm so sick and tired of hearing hearing a different group of people talk about the same gosh darn problems every gosh darn year. Or every gosh darn election cycle. It's like freaking chain stuff. If it doesn't work, oh well, repeal it. Get a new think tank and get a new program going. I don't care. They're gonna waste my tax dollars either way. So we might as well do stuff. Do it. I don't know. That's kind of my attitude on a lot of this stuff. But that's coming from the perspective of I'm a genuine idiot in the sense that I don't really understand how things work. So in an educational sense, a lot of what I do is brute force. I got through school basically solely on memorization and the brute force method, which is kind of insane. Like, I fundamentally don't really know the rules of language or grammar, I should say. I don't remember the rules of grammar. And I don't know the rules of a lot of math principles, even though I've been taught them multiple times. They just don't stick. Like, I know how to add and multiply, but, like, fractions sometimes trip me up. I don't really do enough with fractions to, like, have it, like, drilled into me. And there's a lot of algebra rules I don't remember, probably. There's a lot of... God, I don't think I remember a single thing from any of the physics courses I took in high school. And that's not bad. Like, they were definitely very stressful courses, personally. Because it's fairly math heavy, but also, like, very situational. And if you're trying to, like, figure out if things make sense through, like, an intuited sense of how the world works, it's not really going to work. Like, the numbers, they make sense if you know why they exist and how you got them. But if you don't, like, it's just swimming in a meaningless pile of garbage. I don't know. Strong feelings about physics. Oh well. I never did take pre-calc. I took 2 art classes that year. And I had a lot of fun, even though I was struggling to get anything done the entire year. To be fair, when I was in high school, I didn't really do much art in school. I pretty much spent my art classes talking, and then I would do all the work outside of class. You know, like a dummy. But I had a lot of fun conversations with a lot of fun people. Mostly cute girls. You gotta chase what you want, and what I want is a good conversation with a pretty lady. And that's what I like. That's, to me, the gold standard. That and a lot of fruit. I love the kiwis. I love the oranges. I love citrus so much. I'd eat lemons if you gave them to me. Although, working in the produce section has kind of colored my perception of some of these fruits, because I don't think I could actually eat lemons anymore, knowing how many of them are like, or knowing how exposed they are to like mold. I don't know. To be fair, it's like, yeah, but are the berries any different? And it's like, no. No. Hopefully you don't buy your fruit from a store that that'll like find a case of like strawberries that have like a lot of mold, and they'll pick through them and find the ones that don't look bad, and they'll combine them into one. Hopefully you don't shop from a store like that. We just got rid of everything that looked gross. I don't know if that was the rules or not. Like, we didn't have a handbook on like when we keep things, how we keep things, when we keep things. Like, I know there were rules at some point, but I don't remember if I was ever trained on a lot of this stuff. So, I don't know. Maybe that's another thing we need to get on to do, is just get better at educating people. It should not be hard. There should always be books. Always be educational materials. Nobody should be left out of the loop. Oh, that's just my attitude. As a person who doesn't really know what's going on ever, and is constantly fumbling for meaning in a largely meaningless world. I don't know. I feel like that's probably something that fuels my resentment and rage towards humanity at large. Being someone who understands nothing in a world with no meaning. It's not existential if you don't think about it. That's what I've learned. But it only gets existential when you dwell on it too much. Oh, and speaking of existential, the new episode of The Amazing Digital Circus went up recently, yesterday, to me. Probably a little differently in time for you guys, because you're watching this video after I've recorded it. But you know, no spoilers. I enjoyed it. It was definitely... I've definitely related to stuff in it. Oh, man. It really does suck to be put in a position of authority when nobody around you sees you any differently. So you just come off as annoying or a jerk and trying to keep people on task. I don't know. I've definitely been there. It's not a good thing. Sometimes it's just, you know, you've been in a position for a long time, and suddenly you get a promotion, or you get new responsibilities, and everybody else kind of resents you for that. Sometimes you're just the newbie who got hired in. Sometimes you're in your same position, but Management really needs you to step up and fill in some shoes for a little bit, but they don't give you the other associated abilities to do all the tasks they need you to do. I don't know. Management it can be hit or miss, because I understand that the people who are managers can only really make effective choices based on what they know and what they see. But at the same time, like, I've definitely been asked to do things that were, like, illegal by management. And it's different kinds of illegal. Like, I've definitely been told to sign up people for the store credit card at a different store than the one I'm currently working at. Oops, there we go. And that's no good. You don't want to ruin people's lives by tricking them into credit card debt. Especially because a lot of the store cards have really bad interest rates or really high interest rates. So if you screw up with one of those, you are kind of out of luck. Like, it's not a good thing. And I'm just gonna say it was Toys R Us. It was Toys R Us where they told us to just sign people up no matter what. We profiled people and we signed up people. We shouldn't have been signing up. I will say that. Oh hey, this has an opening. Fascinating. I see you. But yeah, I don't miss Toys R Us. If I never hear their stupid little jingle ever again, that'll be great. I lived with a guy who had a ringtone on his phone that sounded kind of like the Toys R Us jingle, and like it straight up gave me like not a panic attack, but it straight up like definitely changed my mood and like heightened my stress whenever I heard it. Like I may have post traumatic stress disorder from working Toys R Us on a holiday season once. Oh my gosh. I sometimes really do be like that though. Jeez. Jeez Louise. Yeah. What were we talking about? Oh, illegal things. And like I definitely worked at a store where like we definitely needed a license to use the machinery to move like stuff off the out of our what were they, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Out of our in the back of house where we have all our shelves, like we had skids with stuff on them stacked up. We'd have to use like a like a high-low or something to move stuff around. And I did not have a license, and so I was expected to get stuff from the top shelves to work the back stock. So, you know, use that thing illegally a few times. Didn't, you know, and the dumb thing is, I didn't spill a single thing. Meanwhile, I've definitely seen people who have licenses for some of these machines who have literally hit people or like lose an entire skid or whatever. Like, I've seen horror stories and I've heard horror stories, and these people still have their gosh darn licenses. We live in a frustrating world. And on one hand, like, if nobody dies and if nobody gets hurt, maybe nobody should face consequences for like what happens in retail, because it's a fairly stupid place. But at the same time, like, man, what a stupid thing. What a stupid world we live in. I am so mad at humanity. All the time. We should all demand better. uh, yeah. Really glad that I don't have to, And to be fair, like, when I worked at Toys R Us, I didn't even sell any of the credit cards. I never got anybody to buy into the credit card. I never upsold the weekly item, you know. Gotta make sure if they're buying an electronic thing, that you gotta sell the batteries. Gotta boost our profit margins however we can. Make sure they do the what's the insurance thing for toys? SquareSafe or SquareSpot or something? Gotta sell that. God, I hate that stuff so much. And it wouldn't be bad if it wasn't so disgusting and predatory. Like, I don't know, man. The only people shopping here are people who can't afford to buy things at a better store. And I say that as somebody who bought a lot of stuff at Toys R Us. But, I don't know. I don't know, there's a reason the business... And I say there's a reason the business went out of business. Like, the real reason Toys R Us went out of business is because it was bought by a larger company who took out a lot of debt in its name and sold its assets and then basically forced it to try to pay off its own debts. And it could not. And that was they were allowed to do that? Like, I don't know. I don't know, we gotta pay attention to this kind of stuff, like... I don't know, I guess I think it's gross that it's a viable and often really successful business strategy to just ruin people's lives. And, like, I know the common retort is, well, if you don't like it, just change the rules, but how can you do that when the people who are currently ruining people's lives are making millions or billions and are literally paying people to look the other way? It's a very frustrating system for people who want to play by the rules, who believe that, like, the rules mean something. I think the real takeaway is we should all be cheating at sports games more often. Hell yeah. I don't even care if you're playing... I don't care if you think you're playing soccer. They call it football somewhere. So I'm gonna pull out the football. I'm gonna hit you with it. Take that, you. I'm trying to add some levity to a conversation that I'm having with myself that got a little too serious. I don't know. I'm not a serious person. Or I try not to be. Because I am a serious person. Unless I'm a serious person, it's more just... I like rules. I really do like rules. I like things being orderly. I like people, you know, doing their best. I want us all to have the big win-win, if we can. I'd like to see a world where everybody can win. And it's not a thing where if you have a better day, that means less for me. Or if I have a really good day, that doesn't mean less for you. I think we can change our perspective as a species, as a culture, if we really wanted to. But at the same time, it's really hard to keep those kinds of ideals alive sometimes. When you see people succeed while being completely evil or callous or selfish or just exploiting the rules and people while doing nothing of their own to add value to anything. I don't know. I feel like I'm whining. feels very whiny to me. And maybe that's just my own perspective, you know? I grew up in a fairly conservative area. I read Bill O'Reilly growing up. Like, I don't know, my head is full of conservative, pseudo macho man garbage, and I don't live that way. Like, I wasn't one of those guys that need to, like, spend all my... I took 4 years of gym in high school. I enjoyed the camaraderie with the people who were also there to play sports. You know, the underclassmen who were goofing off, the upperclassmen who were, like, gods at every freaking sport we played. And, like, anybody who was just there to, like, have some fun and goof. I don't know. Are you gonna be my friend? Heck yeah. So, I don't know. But I wasn't one of those guys where I wanted to spend a lot of time in the weightlifting area. I didn't really... Heck, I didn't really care about shaving until, like... I had a real job. Spent my entire time in high school and college basically, like, rocking depression... Like a shaggy depression beard and, long hair and self-cut hair. Like, I was a mess. And you could argue I'm still a mess. I'm very much a mess. We're all messes. That's kind of what being alive in this world does to people. You know, things move fast. It's often gross and hot and sweaty. But if you don't do the work, you don't get the fruit. Or at least that's how we want to believe the world is. Because I can get fruit without doing any work, and it doesn't matter. Oh, the doggy. I'm waiting for the doggy. That's right. Hey, hey, hey. Come here. Yeah, follow me. Follow me, buckaroo. I need you to come up here. Yeah, heck yeah. Another dog, and we'll acquire the other dog as well. But, oh, you know what? I'm dumb. We don't have any netherrack. Of course, of course. I am a silly fool. Back to the nether we go, I guess. I don't really want to go back. But we'll go anyways, it's fine. Those are doors. Those are door. And then we'll just have to remember next time we go back to the mountain to grab the other dog when we return here. Hopefully our time in the nether is productive. Maybe if we can get on a different conversation topic, that'd be nice. I don't know. Like, I feel like it's good to yap, but I feel like that the subject's a downer one. That's kind of mean to you guys. And if it's too serious, like, I don't know. I don't want to sound like I'm trying to indoctrinate people. Like, I'm just a guy playing Minecraft, talking on the internet. I don't really know much. I went to art school, but at the same time, I don't want to use those as excuses to just say whatever I want. And, I don't know. I guess my feelings are, I'm kind of sick and tired of people just being really negative while playing games. I want this to be kind of a positive space. I really appreciate all the people who watch the Animal Crossing videos and, like, use it, like, watch them, and not even watch them, but listen to them while they're, like, studying or doing other work. Like, hell yeah, guys. Get stuff done. I don't care, like, use those Animal Crossing sounds to motivate yourself. Like, heck yeah. Hell yeah. Let's do what we can. Let's all aim for a big win-win. Let's do what we can. Let's do our best. There's nothing better than that. But at the same time, I don't know. I'm an adult. I read stuff, I hear stuff, I feel stuff. But at the same time, I don't want to be someone who's just shouting into the void because I've got thoughts and feelings and I don't have any other outlet, you know? Like, I feel like that is definitely a genre of internet personality, and I don't really want to be that person. I'm just content playing games. That's what I want this channel to be. Just me playing every game on my backlog. I'd like to have every game I own represented on this channel at some point. That's the goal. That's the dream. We're kind of bogged down by Smash Bros. And Animal Crossing right now, but well, we're chewing through Mario games bit by bit. So you know, someday. The amount of games that we play grows a little bit each year. Not enough to beat the backlog, but you know, someday we won't be playing Animal Crossing. Maybe. I don't know. For some people that would be a betrayal, a dark day. For other people, they're like, yeah, man, get on with it. What do you mean you're not playing? What do you mean you're not playing porn games? Those are the only games I care about. What do you mean you don't have strong opinions about this game you've never heard of? I have strong opinions about it, and I don't even own a PlayStation 5. Why aren't they releasing more games with naked ladies? What was the game where people got upset when it came out on the Wii U? Was it Tokyo Mirage where they removed the vagina bones? Is that a word is that a phrase I can say, vagina bones? They're not really vagina bones, but they're the dumb little lines on a woman's tummy, on the bottom of her tummy. And guys are really upset that they removed them. I'm just like, I don't care, man, like... As long as they're gonna release the same little, like, sampler soundtrack and they don't, like, shorten it for some reason, I don't care. It's the Wii U. I'm buying this game anyways, so I don't care. Don't spoil me on Xenoblade Chronicles X, Cross, whatever it is. And then they did. I hate Twitter. Like, I liked Twitter back in the day. Because you could really hear a lot of different voices, and you could also make sure you didn't hear specific kinds of voices. Like, if you knew how to curate it, and it wasn't perfect, there was always going to be shitlords and weirdos crawling out to disagree with you. But I definitely met a lot of interesting people there. And I guess the kind of video game content I want to create is also definitely informed by that. By those experiences. I don't know. There were a lot of positive people, and I kind of want to just also add to the positive video game community. I don't want to be a guy who's like, oh yeah, I'm a 40 or 50-year-old man and I have strong opinions about the high school girl game. These high school girls aren't dateable. They're not attractive enough for me. I'm looking for 15-year-old ladies who are, you know, they look like 20-year-old ladies. Oh dear. I made a mistake. Or did I? I think I was strong. And I guess that's why we don't slay Rexes. I hope I don't regret my choice. But I'm not hearing squealing or pattering of feet, so it's probably safe. We're probably fine. We were in a dark tunnel. It's probably okay. Oh yeah, and also that my feelings are kind of shaped too by like all our Animal Crossing enjoyers. I don't want this to be like a place where they can't casually enjoy the Animal Crossing games I play. Because I'm a horrible person with horrible opinions. That's not to say I'm not a horrible person with horrible opinions, but like there's like, you know, being like a selfish person or inconsiderate or rude, and then there's believing that, like, I don't know, there's a lot of different ways to be horrible, I guess. And ideally, we wouldn't be any. But that's not always possible. Sometimes it just happens. We find... Nope, we just dug down. Okay. Neat, neat, neat. And that is kind of like a moral quandary too sometimes, because like, I feel like it shouldn't be a controversial opinion to be against genocide. Genocide's pretty terrible. But some people would say like, oh, you're against a lot of people dying, but you're okay with certain kinds of one person dying. And it's like, yeah, but it's situational. Like, I don't believe the government should be able to kill people, period. I don't like that idea. Kind of sketches me out that there's so many people who are okay with, like, the... I don't know, it's wild to me that people who believe that the government has no right to influence their own life are okay with the government ending the lives of other people. Whether it's people overseas in wars, whether it's criminals who are executed. I don't know, that's wild. It's kind of incongruent to me. But it's only that way if you're looking at it from the perspective of, like, life is either sacred or not. If your opinion is, I'm ruled by fear and all of my political choices are based on how strongly I react to whatever some guy said, then it does make a little more sense. I feel like I got myself a little lost. And nope, we're here. Okay. Neat. Huh. I hear a guy wheezing, but I don't see him, so we're not gonna think about it. We're just gonna continue to dig this out until we, either fill up our inventory or die. Whatever happens first. Hopefully we finish our dumb little netherrack volcano sooner than later. It's a little bit easier to mine, a little quicker. That's good. I appreciate that. Oh dear. I appreciate the light, but I don't appreciate the potential for life-ruining harm. And I guess that's another thing to consider. What values you have is always a good thing to think about. Especially when you're younger and your values are kind of shaped by the people around you and the media you consume. Like, definitely think about what's important to you. Do you care at all about human life? Do you care about animal life? Do you not care about it at all? Do you want to see robots walking? And the fact that we don't have robots or more drones or androids, does that upset you? Like, these are, and I'm phrasing this in like the dumbest way possible. Or I say it's the dumbest way possible, it's not. There are way dumber, way dumber ways to talk about morality and values, personal values than, you know, do you wish that we had android ladies? I don't know, not the worst question to ask a person. Definitely wouldn't ask it in a professional setting though. Unless I was trying to embarrass a transhumanist, somebody who I knew was transhumanist. Then I would definitely ask them about their opinions on android ladies. And watch them squirm, as I'm unfazed, because I don't care about people's opinions. I'm being vindictive, and I really do dislike certain kinds of transhumanist thought. Certain kinds of people who believe in transhumanism. There we go. It's petty and gross, but, you know, I believe people should want to improve humanity based on the virtue of You know, we haven't seen the pinnacle of what human beings can achieve. And I don't necessarily think cyborgs or technologically augmented people aren't people, you know? Like, they would be people. So let's see what they can do. Let's cyborg people up. Let's get some centaur legs on people and see how they run. Like, I want to see an Olympics of, like... I want to see cyborg Olympics. I want to see genetically augmented people Olympics. I want to see roid-raged psychopath Olympics. I want to see the pinnacle of what the human body and mind can do. And I don't think we're there yet, on either front. We can keep pushing. I don't know. If this reveals to you that I'm a naive but also kind of insane weirdo, like, yeah, yes. Very much so. But never let it be said that I don't appreciate the human spirit. I definitely appreciate humanity a lot. I would not have any of the entertainment that I currently have without humanity. I'm always happy to give back a little bit, because I think people are pretty cool. So it's always a little disappointing when people don't really live up to that. And I know that's a hard bar to set. It really is. I just demand that all of you are a little more cool than I'm expecting. But I don't know, it's not the worst thing ever, you know? What would you rather have? Would you rather live a life where the bar is set low and you just get to walk over it again and again and again, achieving nothing, having no real success, but no real failure either? A lukewarm, medium rare life. No flavoring, no spice, but no panic, no getting thrown out, no bleeding from the mouth, just a nice, normal, average life. Or would you rather have a little bit of spice in there? Would you rather make your own choices, experience your own success and failure, set the bar a little higher for yourself? And you know, sometimes you bonk into that. Sometimes you just don't clear it, and that's okay. Nobody achieves everything they set out to do other than the really lucky or the really talented. And even in both groups, they probably still experience a fair amount of failures. And even if they don't, we're all human and everybody poops. Just think about that. Everybody's pooped their pants at least once. Remember that. Or don't, I don't know. If that makes you feel like grossed out, like don't puke. Don't faint because you're thinking about people pooping their pants. Please don't. You've got a lot to live for. Don't waste it. Don't waste it dwelling too much on the words of a random internet guy. Well, he's desperately searching for something to say while digging up way too much of this dumb hellstone. In the safest way possible, because we're trying to avoid all the scary things that want to hurt us. Hopefully we encounter more what am I hoping we encounter? I don't know. I lost the plot of what I was saying and what I was thinking. But yeah, that happens. That's life. We move on. Don't dwell on it too much. At the family event I was in last weekend, I had a chance to make a joke and nobody laughed. That's life. Sucks in the moment, but oh well. I'm not mad about it. I'm not sad about it either. It's just a thing that happens. You gotta read the room. And a joke that would go over really well with art students may not go over well with people, especially when people have been awake and it is like 3 in the morning and nobody's wanted to be awake this long. I don't know. I enjoyed myself though. I got a lot of drawing done too. I got to play around with my tablet a little bit. That was fun. That was really nice. I am figuring things out, but I'm also realizing I'm just not good at drawing. And I always knew that, but it's gonna take a long time before I'm able to do what I want to do. And it's one of those things where it's always so demotivating, because you have all these ideas now. And it's like, well, why don't you just do them now? Who cares, right? Just do them slightly or much worse. And move on. Are you gonna attack me because I killed your friend? Nope. Okay. What happens if I do this to you? Am I being a bad person? Oh, he's not even gonna... Oh, he's okay. Naturally, because this is his home. Cool. We learned a thing. What I want to do actually is do that. There. Now I can see in real time whether or not we have too much netherrack. And in the interest of further disclosure, I do have a confession to make. It's not really important or anything, but I've been meaning to charge my Wii U Pro controller since at some point in November, before Thanksgiving. I've been meaning to charge it because it was like at 2 bars, and I haven't yet. So if we have a situation during this video where I just stop moving, and also I suddenly go silent, I am desperately looking for the cord to charge my controller. I don't think it'll be an issue this time. Oh, I did a dumb thing. I kept going. I got too invested in my dumb little story. Dang. Okay, I've got a plan. Please tell me that's another... Yeah, it's another little guy. Okay. Oh, you know what I can do? I can eat this up. There we go. And then we can... Oh, there's a friend. Oh, there's multiple friends. Okay. You know what? I'll take you down. There we go. No reason to fear. Wow, you're being a jerk. You're being a poopy pants. Oh, and I can't pick up anything. Duh. What a way to be. I completely forgot. Okay, so we will probably do that. And then hope we can pick stuff up. Well, knowing it's just as likely that we will not be able to. Thanks, fire. I sure love being on fire. I feel like it's fine either way, right? Fine either way. Where's our dumb little thing? Yeah, this is the one with all the stuff. Boop 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 ba doop boop boop ba doop boop 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 boop. Look at that. Nice. Okay. Now that we got all the stuff, let's get out of here once again and work on that volcano. Is that a lava bubble? Hey, friend. Please don't get hit by a fireball. Get mad at me. Oh dear. Okay. We're fine. We're okay. There we go. And we drop that crystal, we grab our... Well, we can leave the pickaxe back. No, we'll need it. We'll probably need it. We'll want it. We'll probably want it. Leaving the Nether. Yeah, if there's one takeaway you take from me, it's that most people are pretty freaking dumb. And you will also be pretty dumb in certain situations. So it's usually not fair game to make fun of people willy-nilly. But also, most people don't really fully consider why and when and how they form their opinions. So, if you have knowledge on why you feel the way you feel about things, you're doing better than most people. Golf clap. Self-awareness. It's how you don't live a life as an NPC. Also, self-determination. Know why you make the choices you make. And make your own choices, dang it. Live your own life. Seize the day. I know it sounds like a bunch of bullshit sometimes, but you know, do what you can. We need pants. I don't have pants. I have shoes. And a shirt. I have... blah, 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 blah. I know we have... somewhere. Somehow. Something that I'm looking for. And apparently not. Apparently not. Oh my goodness. Of course, it might be in the other chest. That one chest. The chest that's really gonna turn out we have some frog pants in the Nether. Why don't we have so many iron shoes? Iron boots. Forgive me. They're different things entirely. Okay. Whatevs. My bones go crinkle crunkle. But yeah, definitely think about your values. That's my homework for you today, this week. Next time, tell me all about your values. And if you don't have any values, if you're completely a free-minded, free-spirited person, at least type in the comments, chicken nugget. It's been a long time since I've had chicken nuggets. And while I'm an adult, I really could go for some like chicken fingers or like chicken strips. I would really like to have some. They're a little too expensive for me right now. I'm not paying $10 for a bag. I'm not paying for a bag. No, I'm not. It's not that I'm not paying for a bag. It's like I'm not paying $10 or $12 for something that used to cost me like $7, you know? Freaking chicken farmers. Freaking bird flu. Freaking freaks. Raising prices on things. And it's one thing if they're trying to keep their company solvent and stuff, I understand. But it's another thing when it's just like the random third parties in between like the people who actually grow the chickens and people who sell the meat. That's kind of what gets me frustrated. At the same time, like everything's got an operational cost. And I'm not I'm not somebody who needs chicken all the time. I get that. It is an optional thing that I can purchase if I want. I've really been craving it though. Those gosh darn chicken strips, chicken fingers. You know what I could really go for though? I could go for a chicken BLT. Those are good. I had a really good one as a kid, and like, I've been thinking about that stupid sandwich ever since. Ever since. It made that vacation. Literally that stupid chicken BLT. Oh my god, it was a good one. Someday. Someday I'll re-encounter that sandwich. It'll be a good day. Now, those are my dreams, to re-encounter the foods I enjoyed as a kid, but as an adult. And hopefully able to afford a lot more of them than I could ever dream. It's a big... Okay. Funky. Oh, ran out. Okay. Slightly less funky. Okay. And I got really obsessed. I randomly came across a YouTube video, or a series of YouTube videos that got me really obsessed about them. Like, they're Zelda videos, but they're not, like, gameplay, they're, like, animated. And they're all called something like Zeldoom or Zeldimensions, Zeldays. And they're all about, like, a really weird interpretation of, what is it? Echoes of Wisdom? Is that the new Zelda game? I haven't played it yet. Don't spoil it for me. No spoilers for the new Zelda game in the comment section, please. I'd appreciate that. Now, if you send me a link to a Twitter post that spoils the whole game, now that would be true to form, and I'd laugh. My Twitter accounts are no longer logged in, but you know, if I was able to access a Twitter post that spoiled the new Zelda game, I'd find that funny. I'd be honest. I'd appreciate that for the hilarity factor. Then I'd block and report you. That's the kind of Twitter user I am. No good deed goes unpunished, and no sin against me deserves survival. But yeah, it's the YouTube creator. Their name is like something like Romuru or something like that. They make some really cool Zelda animations. I'm sure they do a lot of other stuff, but I've just been obsessed with their Zelda animations. There's like 4 of them. They're not very long. Did experience it. You should experience it. Experience the cool Zelda animations. And then play Echoes of Wisdom and spoil me. Don't spoil the game, please. Now, if you have... No, we're just gonna end this conversation here. I'm just gonna keep going back and forth on like, but you can't spoil me in a funny way, and then I'll appreciate it. And it's like, no, let's stop it there. I'll play it at some point. I mean, a one-handed Zelda, so it's not like, it's like, how much can you get spoiled? Ganon wasn't real. It was actually a ghost clone from the future. If that ever happens in a Zelda game, I'm done with Zelda. I'm gonna be honest, like, I can handle Phantom Ganon. I can handle it when a cool enemy is actually a lame enemy, and it was all Ganon doing stuff. I can handle that. It's been happening forever. I don't think I could handle, like, it was actually a robot ghost clone from the future to shoot everybody with Link's bow and arrow twice to frame him. I don't think they're ever gonna make a plotline that convoluted, because that would require That would require a lot of things that I don't think Nintendo's writers and developers have. Like maybe shoes for brains, or you know, a complete disregard for anything. I don't know. I feel like I'm being mean, but we're supporting the Nintendo developers, and that's always a good thing, right? We're Nintendo people here, right? We like Nintendo. We're not anti-corporation when Nintendo's involved. Unless it's complaining about Pokemon, and then we do it all the time. I don't know. My general feeling, and this is my feelings as an adult, my feelings are like I don't agree with anything any of you other Nintendo fans have to say. Your views and opinions do not reflect my own. Even if I'm nodding along and occasionally do agree with you. As somebody who desperately hates like the Wii U Wii waggle, the Wiimote waggling, but also really enjoyed pretty much every Nintendo made game other than Rhythm Heaven. And it's not that Rhythm Heaven's a bad game. I actually really would love to play it more. And found a lot of the music and situations in that game to be quite entertaining. It's too hard for me as a white man with no rhythm. So I quickly reached a point where I just can't do anything without a lot of frustration. And that's not helped by the Wii waggling. And that's a true Luppi Rest confession. I'm really bad at rhythm games in general because I have no internal sense of rhythm. And also I panic. I panic easily, get frustrated easily, so that doesn't help at all either. I'm the worst of every world sometimes. But yeah, I do enjoy the silliness. I enjoy the little cute characters and the weird situations in Rhythm Heaven. It's just I'm not good at the games. We'll probably play it at one point though. It probably won't be a full playthrough though. It'll probably just be watch me do this until I throw a controller. Watch me do this until I swear. That'll be our Rhythm Heaven experience on this channel. Could be worse. But yeah. I don't know. I've been a lifelong Nintendo fan. I'm also very anti-corporate corporations. Generally grossed out by the sheer lack of respect that a lot of companies show to their employees and to the public at large. While also buying things from corporations and talking about the things I buy from stuff all the time. I don't know. Maybe I should take my own advice and reevaluate my values. What values are we practicing when we say we're anti-corporate, but we also literally buy things from corporations all the time? What values could we be practicing better, and how could we practice how could we express our values better, more effectively? These are questions you don't have to ask yourself, but I am, because I'm gonna be a stickler about dumb things for the rest of my life. Wow, we actually got a lot done. It'd be nice when we get a lot more done and we actually have lava on that dumb thing. And we actually start lighting some of those blocks on fire. Can you imagine if we break the Wii U? Destroy my Wii U lighting too many stone blocks, too many netherrack blocks on fire. And that would be a day. I'll come back to you, doggy. I'm glad you're still alive. Just let me run out of netherrack again. We're only an hour and 40 minutes into this. According to my clock, I don't know. Or is it probably probably about the same. It's probably close enough, right? Close enough for you guys not to check and correct me. I appreciate that. But yeah, always be willing to evaluate your values. I don't know, I feel like that's really bad advice because that's just opening you up to be like flim-flammed by people constantly. Oh yeah, always be willing to reevaluate your values. Especially when it helps me out. The guy trying to sell you insurance. It's not insurance, it's insurance. You pay me every week, and I do nothing for you. But if you call me when you need me, you will get, you won't even get my answering machine. I'm out of here. I took all your money and I'm gonna spend the rest of my life in I don't know where I'd go. But it's probably a place without extradition laws. Hell yeah. Unethical life hacks. I don't know. I feel like that doesn't align with my values at all either. Sometimes I think it would be nice to be a person without any ethics, but I feel like it'd be stressful if you thought about it. I think that's the reason why I think about things. I get bothered by things. I don't know, it still kind of upsets me. One time when I was living in the city, some guys, one of our neighbors' cats went missing. And like they put up flyers everywhere, and my roommates were kind of joking about it because the cat's name was Bilbo. And they're like, oh yeah, he's going on a journey. And it's like, these people really care about this cat. That's not in good taste. And then we found him in our shed, so they didn't even have to put up the flyers. We just never checked our shed, and he was in there. So they got their cat back. Hopefully when we moved out, he never went back in the shed. I don't know who owns the house or is living in the house, or if anyone's living in the house. I don't know. I think about stuff like that. I also think about like hopefully people who wanted to live there moved in, because the people who had the cat were like a new family kind of couple, like gonna have a baby, bought their first house. And like they bought a house in the worst neighborhood. Like our backyard had a guy hiding in it from the police. We didn't even know anyone was getting arrested in our backyard until we saw the cops literally dragging this guy out of our yard. And then our house got broken into later that year. So like I worry about these people. I don't know. I hope they're having a good time. I really do. I hope more people who are good people moved in, and they've just got a nice little community of like, this is our first house, we're doing the best we can. It's not a bad life. Hopefully. That's my hope. But I think about that sometimes, especially the cat. I think about Bilbo sometimes. He was an orange cat, so like of course he'd get stuck in a shed. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know, I kind of made myself emotional about this thing. Like I'm talking like normal, but it's taking a little bit of effort. I'm gonna have to lie down. And I'm going to bed after this, but I'm gonna have to lie down and think about, like, being nice to animals for a little bit, and just, good things happen. You know, good things happen. Bilbo went back home, and he never got lost again. And, cats and dogs aren't abandoned by their people. And we don't put down thousands, if not millions, of animals because nobody wants to take care of them. can afford to take care of them, or blah blah blah. We live in a world where life is respected. That's what I'm gonna tell myself. That's the thing. I want an easy life. That's my value. I want an easy life. And the easiest way to achieve that is to make sure nobody is put into one of the dumb situations that would stress me out. An easy life by way of making sure nobody else has a hard life. When you put it like that, it doesn't sound so bad. But I don't know. I used to love reading books about, like, exploration as a kid. But, like, the dumb thing they don't tell you is, like, a lot of those stories end pretty tragically. I was young when I read about, the race to the South Pole. And, like, just the way that played out. I don't know. Or just any of the other random stories of people in unfortunate situations. Like, I wish we lived in a more fair and a more kind world where people didn't die just because they did something a little bit differently for once. I don't know. I don't like hearing about people dying. I think that's just... I feel like that's a lot of people. A lot of people don't like to hear about people dying. Kind of a bummer. And you find out how they did, and it's like, oh yeah, that's, yikes. Wouldn't want that to be me. I don't know. We've been talking about some pretty bleak things lately, I feel. Can I shift gears and talk about something pleasant for once? I don't know. I haven't played the new Zelda game, so, I don't really have much to add to most conversations. And even if I did play the new Zelda game, I probably wouldn't have much to add. I'd probably just be like, oh yeah, it was a lot like Link's Awakening. Except for, like, with the Zelda and stuff, and the mechanics. I didn't know you could do that with tables and chairs. And I hope there's a game someday where I can just make a table spawn inside someone's skull. And that's just how you win every fight. Oh man. That is diseased thinking. But I saw it happen in one of those Zelda videos I was talking about earlier. And that's been on my mind too ever since. Oh my god. Go. Hop, hop. Hey, Zelda. Huh? Or is it more of a huh? I don't know. It's good. Look up Zeldoom. Look at... Actually, don't look up Zeldoom. Oh, you can. I don't care. If you look up Zeldoom, though, you're probably going to get a lot more of the various Doom in Zelda, like the various Doom mods that make it more Zelda-like, or just straight up turn it into a Zelda game. I was playing one this summer. I had some free time, or I thought I had free time. I did not have free time, but you know, I was playing a Doom mod, and it basically turned it into a 3D version, not a 3D version, but you know, like the 2D, 3D kind of stuff like Doom is, version of the first Zelda game, and that was fascinating. I loved that crap. Why can't Nintendo do stuff like that? Heck, just make a remake of the first game that doesn't go off the rails. I don't know. Looking at you, Oracle of Seasons, Breath of the Wild. You can argue with me, but I know I'm right, and that's all that really matters. As long as it's not an argument about ethics, it's okay if I put my fingers in my ears and say la la la. I'm not paying attention to what you have to say. I'm right in my conviction that Breath of the Wild is just a remake of the first Zelda game. And I know that's actually a wrong opinion, but they did talk about the first Zelda game a lot in conjunction or in relation to how they kind of went about designing and implementing features for Breath of the Wild, so that's kind of why it's stuck in my head. And we have to use the D-pad. I got this. And we called this place the Autumn Woods, right? Yeah, we need 2 O's. We don't want this to be the Autumn Wods. Wods? I don't know how you'd pronounce it, actually. Wods? Weird. Freaking funny. And not in a haha way, but just in a like I don't have any other word to describe how I feel about it. And that is a kind of funny, isn't it? The unfortunate I don't have human experience to describe how I'm feeling about this thing right now. So I'm just gonna say it's funny and move on. If you'll let me. But yeah, I did not get very far in the Doom mod. I beat the first dungeon. I got to the second dungeon. And then I ran out of time. Desperately. And I was like, well, we'll get back to this at some point. Maybe we'll actually record it next time. Maybe we'll figure out a way to record this. So I was playing it on my Mac, and I can't really record on the Mac, unfortunately enough. Not a game like that. Like with Doom, maybe it would be fine. But I don't know. I don't trust it to record any game more complex than, I don't know, like an NES game, a Game Boy game would probably be fine. Are we gonna be okay on our trek to the outpost? I hope so. Our dog's still there. That's good. It'd be a real shame if he isn't. He or she, it, they, whatever we want to call it. Alright. Oh, and there's a big old buckaroo. And at some point I do have to update OBS. Keep getting a window that pops up that's like, hey, we've got a new version. Do you want to read all the stuff we changed? And it's like, not really. As long as I can still record games, I don't care. Do it up. As long as you're not gonna like sign away my human rights, that's fine. As long as you're not gonna fill up my storage on my computer with garbage, I don't care. Oh man, are you burning to death? On my volcano? Thank you. That is very affirming of my building. Hooray. And I did get caught up on my reread of Hunter x Hunter as well. Or at least with the volumes I own. We're gonna have to wait a while for volume 38 to pop up in English, probably. Oh well. We are adjusted to waiting. We are adapted to waiting. Yep. When you read the hiatus, you know the pain of the wait, of the hiatus. I've been reading it since I was in high school, so I understand. That is going wild. Okay. Weird. Yeah, it's wild to think. I've been reading series like One Piece since I was like in middle school. That's so weird. That is really weird. I don't know. Heck, I'd still be reading Naruto if it's still going. Still reading Boruto. I'm actually enjoying Boruto. Like, you know, it's different. But it's definitely a story. And well, it's not the direction I would have gone continuing Naruto. It's definitely a story. I don't know. If that sounds like I'm being rude about it, you should really read what other people have to say about it. People have strong opinions about Boruto. Because it's not Naruto. But it's Naruto flavored. But it's also got a lot of stuff in there. And it changes certain characters in ways we don't like. And that's no good. And I understand those opinions. But also, like, I'm not here to think about things like that. I don't care about shipping manga characters at all. I watched Digimon Season 2. And if you saw the ending of that, you know, who knows how those pairings were decided. But it's okay. It's okay. We're not gonna get upset. People live their lives, and that's fine. They're fictional people, so getting upset about it is really weird. That is my opinion. As somebody who once, long ago, was a person who would get upset a little bit. Not in like a crying or like death threat way, but just in a like, I don't know if I can engage in this media for a while kind of way. I gotta have to think about how I feel about this kind of way. What do you mean? What do you mean Kari and TK didn't get together? They were made for each other, damn it. Or if you read it, if you were watching the English version like I was, what do you mean Tai and Sora weren't meant together? Well, they're really just, in the original media, they're just really good friends. And they had no romance between them at all. It's like, oh. Okay. Thanks, dubbers. Ruining another media. I don't care. I think dubbing has its place. And that place is, if you don't want to read subtitled stuff, you're just gonna have to experience it dubbed. Or you're just gonna have to wait until we have microchips in our brains and we can just let it be telepathically beamed into your head. It doesn't matter what language people speak because we instantly understand the context through the things beamed into our brain meat. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with a world where people have chips in their brains. As long as it's not like this chip will fry your brain if you like think a rude thing about random billionaire or a random company. If it's more like, yeah, this chip allows you to communicate with other people and also like will store things in your... I don't know if storage would be a good idea. Imagine if your chip got fried and you lost all of like these dumb like photos you like your mind took of an event you did. Or if it got jumbled up so it was like you had dementia or Alzheimer's but you're just some guy with a fried chip. I don't know. That'd be a bad situation. Sounds like a book. Someone should write that book. Write a book about a guy with a brain chip and how his life got ruined when it got fried in a solar wind accident. He was sailing the solar winds. And then... I don't know. But yeah, I'm fine with that. Like I said, I'm okay with humanity getting a little freaky with it in terms of like what it wants to be in the future. I'm not against that. I'm against the attitudes of people now who get in the way of that or who are like supportive of that but for like really weird reasons. Like, my biggest beef with transhumanists are a lot of them are people whose problems could be solved. Not by, like, adding a cyborg arm or installing a laser or by letting them date, like, a robot woman. But by just, like, going outside and, like, working out, playing a sport, having a hobby, having a friend group. Also, working out would help a lot of people. And I get it, like, some of them are legitimately people where working out would not fix the issues they have. And I understand. Like, there are disabled people, people whose legs don't work, people whose spines don't communicate with the rest of their bodies, people whose nerves are fucked up, people who have disorders. Like, I get it. And I don't want to make fun of anyone like that. Like, we do have, like, there are a lot of legitimate reasons why people would be interested in, like, advances in gene treatment or advances in, like, nerve treatment or advances in robotics and prosthetics and cyborg stuff and robots. Like, there's a lot of cool reasons to be interested in stuff. It's cool stuff. It's the future. We are living in the future, and that's awesome. But I just don't like, I really hate it when these, like, really cool scientific discovery, like, arenas and these cool, like, ideas are just dominated by people who really just need to get laid. That's it. It's just people who wouldn't be happy because even if they had a cyborg arm or cyborg legs, like, it wouldn't fix the insecurities they feel as a human being. And it doesn't matter if you're a cool, like, 8-foot tall robot cyborg centaur, or you have lasers installed, or compound eyes, or can fly. Like, you're still you. And if you don't like you, like, that's always going to be the biggest issue. Yeah. So in hindsight, like, my biggest issue with, like, transhumanists are they're the STEM people, or they're not even STEM people. They're, like, people who like STEM advancements, but they don't understand any of, like, the humanities. So they can't appreciate, like, the ramifications of their own, like, lifestyles and choices. I don't know. Truly, we are modern man without a soul. I say, making an artificial volcano in the middle of a forest. I, too, am a complicated, but also incredibly simple weirdo. The only complication is the way I choose to build things. Like a total weenie. Just an absolute goon. No, we want that. We want the diamond pickaxe, actually. It's a good thing to have a pickaxe on our person. Wow, we made it to 2 hours. And I haven't died. We went to the Nether multiple times and we never died. How's that for beautiful? How's that for character development? Heck yeah. I've been really struggling. Another personal confession. I've been struggling really hard not to, like, burp. I had chili today for dinner, and it was really good chili, and I ate too much of it. But, I'm trying really hard. I need you to appreciate that. It's a little TMI, I know, but this is the fate of adults. We eat things we don't usually eat, and it just affects our bodies in gross, weird, stupid ways. Gassy ways. And that's just part of being an adult. Oh well. I don't like it either. But I have to live it, and someday you'll live it. You'll get to experience this. Hooray. Live a good long life. And probably gross out Whoever you know. Oh yeah, we fell. Oh, we got a little cave. Oh, this is the cave. Okay, I understand. That's beautiful. I love seeing it. Okay. We're gonna have to clear out more trees. That's fine. That's fine. It was always something we could do. It was always on the agenda. Okay, let's get up here. Turn it into daytime again. We did quite a bit of work. We might have to go for another round in the Nether next time, but we'll be done with this. We'll also have to go for another round just to get some lava. Might even have to make some buckets. I don't remember how many we have. I know we have at least 4. I don't know if we have more or not. I know on my original Minecraft world, the one on my MacBook Pro, I had like dozens of buckets, just constantly misplacing them, constantly needing a bunch. Yeah, we're good. And we'll have to remember to grab the dog when we leave. Yep. That's the thing we need to do. I see a guy on fire on my hell mountain. Yum, yum, yum. I see a guy on fire on my hell mountain. Yum, yum, yum. Okay. Get rid of some trees. Although, if we come back with a flint and steel, instead of cutting trees down, we could burn them. And I feel like that would be way more thematically appropriate than what we're currently doing. At the same time, we could always use more wood. Oh well. Oh hey, this is a little cavey poo. Okay. Wonder if we could mine it out a little bit and then fill it up with netherrack. That would be kind of cool. A little neat. Okay, at the very least you need to go. This is taking forever. This is taking too long. Okay. Oh well. Let me climb up here. Can I take out this guy as well, I guess? As we're getting a different kind of wood than we were getting before. Gotta appreciate the autumn woods are actually... What are they actually? Birch. Okay. I feel like I knew that. But it didn't stick, so that's life. Oh well. So it goes, so it goes. And then we'll at least get this one too, probably. And then if we need to do the other ones, we will. But yeah, let's try to use up what we have in netherrack so we know how much we need to get next time. I feel like we won't have to fill up our inventory next time in order to finish this up. But I could be wrong. I'm really bad at figuring it out how much of stuff we'll need. I'm just terrible at it, unfortunately enough. Oh, we'll figure it out. We'll do what we can. Okay, so what we're gonna do is do that, like that. Nice. And now we got a mountain we can't really climb around in. Hooray. Oh boy, we are having to deal with more trees. We're gonna have to deal with a lot of trees, aren't we? We're gonna have to bring an axe next time. An axe or a flint and steel. Maybe multiple flint and steels. We still got more. Oh my gosh, we got more. Okay, I got a lot of netherrack. That's good. It's good to know we have enough. Okay. Alright. That works for me, for now. But we will need to clear out a lot of trees. Unfortunately. This is becoming tree trimmer central. I really wanted to use up this netherrack, but there's a part it's like, I don't know, man, it's starting to take a while. But at the same time, it doesn't take that long to place a lot of blocks, so hopefully we'll be there at a certain point. We don't have to worry too much more. Yeah, we're getting there. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It is what it is. We'll have to take out that tree. I don't want to take out that tree, though. That's the big issue. I don't want to do it. Okay. This one... a tree... yeah, that's a tree. Okay. I mean, they're all trees. It's just, is it a tree we have to deal with? Or is it a tree we've already dealt with? And it is not a tree we've already dealt with, unfortunately. That is the way this stuff goes, isn't it? Okay. But we are approaching a point where more and more things are dealt with appropriately, so that's good. I like that. As we make our gross netherrack volcano. We can light it on fire. And have the world's weirdest, most dumb lighthouse. I don't know. We can do all kinds of things with it. It's gonna be a something. Mario Minecraft accurate. Heck yeah. Mushroom Kingdom accurate, actually. Well, actually, Bowser's Kingdom isn't a part of the Mushroom Kingdom, so it's actually just the Mushroom World accurate. It's not a good Mario voice, but we're gonna use it anyways. Oh yeah, mamma mia. I don't know, that kind of reminds me of the YouTube video or the TikTok or the Vine of the guy who, like, the two girls are talking or whatever, and then the guy has a pie or something, and he drops it, or a cake or something, and he doesn't, like, place it down right. And he's just like, mamma mia. That's a good one. I enjoy stuff like that. We need more stuff like that. We need more people having fun. We need a world. I don't know. Keep saying we need, and it's like maybe I just want. Is that so wrong to want a world where people can be comfortable with themselves enough to pretend to be Mario while baking a pie they're going to destroy for views? I don't know. I suppose that's also kind of like a weird ethic thing, isn't it? Is it okay to waste food when people are starving? I feel like when you start getting into the like really specific things though, like people start getting really tuned out. Like, who the heck are you to decide what I can do or what I can't do? And I definitely can I wanted to say I can appreciate that kind of vibe, but like I can understand where they come from. Definitely. But at the same time, like, I don't know. Who are you to tell me that I'm not the person who can tell you what to do? That's a horrible attitude too. And maybe if we can't make the world a better place, maybe we can make it a more interesting, worse place. I don't know. What would you rather have, a better world or a more interesting, worse world? We're not going to evaluate your values and judgments based on this. This is just purely like a gut feeling. A funner but worse world, or a more boring but better world. I don't know, I'm an adult. I'm gonna go with boring when I can. I've lived a lifetime of I've had a lifetime's worth of exciting years so far, so I'm done. Just let me chill out and chillax and never have to hear about anything happening ever again. That'd be really cool. That would be super awesome. I would appreciate that very hard. Perhaps too hard. Anyone keeping up with the news about those drones over New Jersey? What's that about? Is it just the military playing with their toys and whatever, or is it just people misidentifying airplanes and like commercial drones or private drones? Or is it like spying by foreign adversaries? Who knows? Fascinating stuff. Probably not aliens, but you know, fascinating stuff. And you're allowed to believe whatever you think. You're allowed to think whatever you want, whatever. I'm not the secret police here. I'm not gonna tell on you if you believe that the drones are aliens. And they're coming to steal people's pets so they can experiment on them and replace their eyes with cameras and watch us. Because what aliens really like to do is watch you. All the time. You specifically. They're watching. All the time. The government didn't replace birds. Aliens did. That's why birds aren't real. Aliens killed the dinosaurs so they'd have the perfect patsy for their surveillance program against us. They had it all figured out from the start. And we fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. I do need to make it very clear that I don't actually believe that birds aren't real. I'm not a bird truther. I'm very much in the camp that the fact that the textbooks when I was a kid weren't clearly proclaiming that birds evolved from dinosaurs is a travesty. Hopefully your textbooks have lots of not photos, but drawings, diagrams, renderings of feathered dinosaurs. That'd be really cool. More love for the prehistoric and extinct terror chickens of the world. You know? I think stuff like that's pretty neat. I know there's some people who are disappointed that dinosaurs are different than the ones they thought were real when they were kids, but that's life, you know? Like, that's kind of what you get for idolizing an animal that doesn't even exist anymore, if we're being honest. That's kind of rude, that's kind of mean, but again, what were you expecting? For the dinosaurs to be exactly as you dreamed they were, and for them to be revived and then destroy a society? Kind of a stretch, dude. Or dudette. Whoever. Look, if you want Jurassic Park to happen, you're gonna have to make it happen on your own time and your own terms. With your own money. Jurassic Park was a fictional story, and it still took a millionaire, billionaire, mogul kind of dude to make it happen. And he was sparing no expense. Funny. The social commentary is always strong with these kinds of books, these kinds of experiences. Of course I'd spare no expense. I'm just re-engineering an entire class of life forms all over again. What do you mean the unforeseen could happen and ruin people's lives? I don't know, I think that's something that's always really striking in reading stories, whether it's fictional or like otherwise, like real life. Just how often the unexpected just happens and completely makes everything go completely off the rails. I don't know. I'm not interested in sad stories, but I am pretty darn amused by stories of people who should know better who don't. Like, I love humanity's fuck around and find out kind of stories. Maybe it's because, like, the people, when it happens to people who deserve it, it's okay to laugh, you know? When something happens to somebody who tried their best and they didn't deserve an unfortunate death, they didn't deserve to, like, die alone, they didn't deserve to have their entire reputation ruined because they made the choice to, like, wear wool socks instead of, like, animal hide socks. I don't know. Life is cruel sometimes. But we also make it pretty darn cruel ourselves. Look at all those mushrooms. Oh my. Oh, that's all of our... Okay. Fair enough. We actually used them up. We still need a lot more netherrack. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh well. We certainly changed the the look around the place, so that's cool. Let's grab our doggy and feed him some bad meat until his tail rises up, or her tail raises up, or their tail raises up. Boingy. Boingy. Come here, friend. Onward we go. I want a good look at our dumb mountain. The dumb thing would be if we decide to also make that part of the mountain a volcano as well. And let this whole thing just be a dumb, big old death mountain kind of thing. Where's my dog? Okay. Friend, come here. Come here, friend. Oh, are you good? Because I can still feed you meat. Okay, so now you're full HP and now you're in love mode. Okay, good, 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 good. Let's get a good, different look at our... efforts for today. Not really that impressive, actually. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I guess I'll decide that whenever we're done working on it. I don't know. I feel like this would be the wrong move. Well, maybe not. This mountain isn't connected to that one, so, you know. This one is its own thing. And it's a volcano. That's fine, I guess. Not like it ruins any of my stuff. And it would be fitting, I guess. But that's so much netherrack, and we had to do like what, 3 passes at least just to do that completely? Like, oh my goodness. Of course, we could just spend a whole day collecting netherrack. Fill up our inventory, go back, fill up our inventory, empty everything out into chests until we have like what? Two of the double chests full of just netherrack. That's a way to do it. And then we just come back and we turn this entire mountain range into I hear you, but I don't see you. Hiding in the woods like a coward. Or were you not hiding in the woods? Oh. Okay. Well, let's go. Go back home. Another dog. We do not have any bones. Oh no. We cannot befriend another dog. Unfortunate. Where's my dog? There we go. That's my Poochie. And then we gotta navigate our way to this Earth Arch. And then get back to our boat. To our downed airship base. And here we are. I can already see it. I can hear my Poochie shaking the water out of his fur. Yeah, you keep warping closer to me. Let's do this up. Come on, doggy. I need you to get up here. Come on. What are you doing? Come on, man. What are you doing? There we go. It's gotta set him up to win. Come on, get up the stairs. You can do it. I believe in you. And there we go. Awesome. Yeah, another day. Another day successfully completed. It's too bad we can't see our little mountain from here, but you know, that's life. That's what happens when you play on the Wii U or any version of Nintendo Minecraft. There's only so far you can see out there. Oh, okay. Whoop. And it's actually not that far. We can see that though. That's cool. We can see the the fortified town we made. That's neat. We cannot see our volcano. We can also see that guy hopping around. Okay. Yeah, we'll probably spend unfortunately, another day or two doing this. Like, originally I just wanted to do a simple mountain, simple volcano. We may make a volcano range, unfortunately. I don't really want to. I don't want to stay too far away from home when we still got stuff we need to do. I still want to work on this. We need to breed the cows. We should breed some more poochies. We should ride the horses at some point. We've got them. Why don't we ride them? Like, what was the point of making a stable if we weren't going to do anything about them? So, oh, I thought your face was messed up, buddy. All of you are happy and alive? Okay. So yeah, that was Mario Minecraft. We went to the Nether, didn't die. Put netherrack over a mountain. We're in the process of making our gross volcano. We will probably be working on that next time as well. And when we're done with that, we may do some domestic stuff. I feel like our animals and our farms, and maybe even the dock that we don't really fish on, have been neglected a little bit. So, we got stuff to do. We'll keep doing stuff until we run out of things to do, and then we'll figure out something else. So, thank you for watching. I'm trying to find a good viewpoint. I feel like that's probably the best one we're gonna get, but like, it's not really pertinent to what we did, so oh well. It's fine, it's okay. Look here. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. If you have any weird, like, geographical things we could do, or Minecraft ideas, hit them, just post them in the comments. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.